Okay, a very warm welcome to all of you, and especially Dr. Lalit Kumar Sharma. He has accepted our invitation and to be a part of this ongoing workshop on entrepreneurship and innovation that is being conducted by management and allied domains of Amity University, Greater Noida. So before I invite Dr. Lalit Sharma, a quick introduction about him. Dr. Lalit Sharma is an experienced professional with a demonstrated history of 20 years of working in the training domain in healthcare and management education industry. He is working as Dean in SAITM group of institutions at present. He is associated with many MNCs and educational institutions for training and development. His experience and association with people from various domains helps him to effectively manage people and their behavior. He is creative and possesses excellent interpersonal management skills. He is marketing mentor of 3 startups at present. He has conducted training programs for various institutions, which include ONGC, NHPL, NHPCL, IOC, BBMB, NFL, NTPC, NISBERD, and many more, many more. He has also conducted one FDP for Amity University, Greater Noida, and many other educational institutions, which include JSS Noida, KIET Ghaziabad, Galgotias University, Graphic Era University, ITS, and Institute of Technology. His areas of training lies in various domains, which include your team building, leadership skills, negotiation skills, motivation skills, women empowerment, train the trainers, entrepreneurship, sales and marketing, change management, decision making, and stress management. Dr. Sharma is also author of 20 management books in the areas of marketing, research, global business, educational qualification. So we welcome you, sir, and we thank you for accepting the invitation from Amity University, Greater Noida, and being a part of this workshop. Dr. Sharma is going to share his views on how to develop the corporate entrepreneurship. Over to you, sir.
Okay, thank you, ma'am. So really it was a great pleasure to once again come back and to MIT, and this time it will get back. I got the chance to come to your campus. So really, first of all, thanks to Dr. Swati and management of Amity University, Greater Noida for inviting me for sharing my thoughts on the topic, developing corporate entrepreneurship. So when we're talking about this session, so basically it has been framed with some of the basic objectives which we need to learn as the outcome of this session. So first objective for the session is to understand the entrepreneurial mindset in the organization. Second objective is to illustrate the need for entrepreneurial thinking in the organization, to define the term corporate entrepreneurship, what it is all about, and to describe the corporate obstacles preventing the innovation within the corporation. So these are some of the basic objectives which will be, I hope, that all the corporate entrepreneurship. So now, if we talk about the organization and business today, and if I say that our corporations or companies are embedded, probably this is the most appropriate term which is acceptable worldwide. Can we think of any organization, any corporation which is not having any kind of competition at present? Every organization. And the challenge what every organization is facing, that exactly how to meet with the challenges which is raised because of competition in the market. And because of these competitors in the market, every organization is looking to change their practices. So what are the basic factors which are changing in the market, which forces an organization to make changes into their practices? So basically, I have identified 4 dimensions that these changes are happening, or organizations or corporations are getting embedded because of customers. Second, through competitors, through technology, and through legal, regulatory, and ethical standards which we are following. So if we talk about all these 4 dimensions, so these 4 dimensions are basically responsible to make any corporation as an embedded corporation. And better term when we are talking about, so this could be understood in many ways. So like the threat what we are getting because of competitors in the market, or the challenges what organizations facing about. So in nutshell, we can say that this is the time when organization is looking towards changing their practices because of changes into the taste and preferences of the customers. In terms of customers, we are finding that our markets are very much fragmented. So we cannot say that a company is having market only to one particular place. This market is fragmented, is very much diversified to different locations. So that makes the challenge. So like you are from MIT University, and definitely I can say that MIT is a global university with so many campuses in India as well as outside the country. So but can we say that every market is same? Your strategies remains common. So the I think your parental campus is in MIT Noida. So the strategy which is followed by MIT Noida, is this strategy applicable to each and every institution or university of yours? Of course not. Then why the change is there? Because consumer acceptance to different market is different. So organization has to match with those challenges of the customer's taste and preferences, likes and dislikes into fragmented market. So this fragmented market requires your differentiated strategies for different markets. Increasing customer expectations. Of course, what the customer is getting today, he wants something more than that tomorrow for sure. So if you have given your best today, what will you give next? That is the challenge. And how companies have to cope up with this challenge. Corporate entrepreneurship is playing major role in that. High cost of customization. Sustainable growth means learning new skills and surviving the global market. So because of like pestle, political environment, economical environment, socio-cultural environment, technological environment, all these are environment putting the influence on customers' likes and dislikes also. So definitely you need to develop new set of skills in order to deal with the customer. The way you were dealing with the customer, no, of course it is different. So do I need to have some strategies, or all markets won't be working? So you need to acquire a different set of skills in order to deal with different markets, or in order to deal with your customers. Competitors, suppose putting tremendous pressure. You develop something today, tomorrow your competition will come out with some better alternative to your offer. So then how to sustain in the market? So in fact, if we see that in global market, when we are finding that new and new introductions are coming into the market, it is becoming very challenging to the organization that how to compete with others. And that is the reason that the companies which were there, if we talk about Fortune 500 companies in 1957, out of these Fortune 500 companies in 1957, only 59 companies were existing in 2017. So what went wrong with other companies so that they were out of the list of Fortune 500? And many new players have entered into this Fortune 500 companies now. So why it has happened? Because the practices what the organization was having in 1957 to 2017, probably these practices were outdated. They were not able to manage with the pressure which was exerted because of the market, because of the competitors in the market, and new competitors have come into the market. So one of the best example could be like Kodak, the company which was dealing into your cameras. Now who is using camera? I think now camera is in the hand of everyone, but it is not from Kodak. Probably it is from Samsung, iPhone, Vivo. All these kind of companies are there. So people are using their mobile device to use it as a camera. So should I not say that this mobile camera is becoming the threat for the companies like Kodak? And they were not ready for the digitalization over a period of time. So they have taken the decision very late. Another company in the same computer segment, I can talk about Fuse, which was competitor to Kodak. What has happened to Fuse? Now Canon is leading the market. Why? Because they have gradually accepted the digitalization in the market. Next factor which is influencing the organization's strategy is the technology. When we are talking about the technology, it is a constant change which is taking place in any of the organization. So when we are talking about this technological changes, so we need to understand, can we say that only one company is there which is responsible for the technology development or which needs technology? No. Every company, every organization is in need of technology. Now, if we talk about Indian population, the kind of practices we were having in order to make a purchase in market and the purchase what we are having right now, probably it has made a huge difference. Now the technological interceptions are very high because people are looking for convenience, smoothness in the process, easy availability, better alternatives, better informations. Then comes legal, regulatory, and ethical standards. Now the laws are changing globally, and now in fact in market we are talking about that we should have some uniform laws so that our law becomes common each and every country, and then companies need not to consider different rules and regulations to different markets. Ethical standards what we are following in the particular market. So like one of the best example is MACD. When MACD has come to Indian market, they were not able to launch beef burger because of our cultural standards, ethics what we are following into Indian market. Beef is banned to most of the states, like somewhere in 18 states, which are majorly populated. But if we go to other nations where the beef is there, so automatically they are getting the permission to market their products there. So these kind of things are very much responsible to bring the changes to the strategy of any organization. So what we have understood that basically the models which companies have developed in order to make the business, these models have been changed over a period of time. And if companies are trying to sustain in the market with their old business models only, sorry, they don't have the place, they don't have the space to sustain. So failure is bound to be there. Then how a new model should come, how the new thought should be there, that is something what companies need to understand. That is something what companies need to develop. But if companies owners are having conventional thought in doing the business, can they come out with this kind of a thought process? Of course not. So then it becomes important for us to understand that how this new thought process will be generated in the organization. So then the concept of entrepreneurship come into market. So really we need to have entrepreneurs who are existing within the organization. But how these entrepreneurs can exist within the organization and they are not having something, but you need to understand that when we are talking about this entrepreneurship opportunities and all other such opportunities available for the companies in market, we need to understand that somewhere the ownership of an organization or management of an organization needs to promote entrepreneurship within the organization. Now this is something which will be a bit different to most of you, that really how it can be possible that organization is supporting entrepreneurship within the organization, entrepreneurs also in our organizations. So who are entrepreneurs? Yeah, can anyone tell me who are entrepreneurs? You can just, if you have some problem in speaking, you can just write down in chat box. Who is an entrepreneur as per your understanding? Just request all the participants who are available right now. What do you understand by the term entrepreneur? Pooja, Dr. Swati, all other participants. What do you understand by the term entrepreneur? One is entrepreneur, second one is entrepreneur. And I hope this term would have come to you also during some of the sessions. And if you don't know, you can simply write it down, okay, no idea, so that I should move further. Yes, can I get any response? What is entrepreneur? Okay, I assume that probably you don't have idea. So this is why you are hesitating in writing down what is entrepreneur. So this is the something like people are there in the organization which are having entrepreneurial mindset. but they are not owner of the business, but they are responsible to make all the decisions. They are responsible to take all the risk within the organization, but they are backed by the owners. So what happens when they are not, these entrepreneurs are not having the ownership, so simply they are paid their salary. So suppose you are working in your organization and organization is asking you to start some entrepreneurial venture within the organization, and you need not to be worried, your job is secure. So then you take up the entrepreneurship, so you become entrepreneur, because ultimately you are taking entrepreneurship just like your job only. So they merely promotes the products. So okay, it may be because entrepreneurship could be there for promoting the products also, but of course this entrepreneurship could be for any of the function. So it is not necessary that it is always for promoting or selling the product. It could be any process requirement, it could be any change in the market which you are in the organization which you are looking for. So when I'm talking about these entrepreneurial mindset in the organization and entrepreneur in the same, so companies need to promote entrepreneurship amongst their people in order to be sustainable. So we will have just few of the examples which will show you that exactly how the companies are sustainable. Like we know about the company Google. Google is one organization, or Google is inclusion of multiple organizations within Google. It is having the inclusion of multiple organizations within the Google. So that is what we need to understand, that factors in the emergence of the entrepreneurial economy. If we talk about the rapid evolution of the knowledge and technology promoted high-tech entrepreneurial startups. So now you're finding that the era in which we are living, this is the era of startups. So what is the difference between startups and corporate entrepreneurship? Of course, at the end of session, I would like to know about it from all of you. So what we have seen that the knowledge has, plethora of the knowledge is available everywhere. Available to one nation can be easily transferred to other nation because of our international rules and regulations there. So what happens that all these are posing the new threats and challenges to many of the countries. So what happens that because of these threats, these challenges, countries are bound to have changes into their policies. Companies working in those countries need to make changes to their strategies there. Why? Because of development of knowledge and high-tech entrepreneurial startups in everywhere. Demographic trends adding the fuel to proliferation of newly developing ventures. So like demography is changing. Population study if we make and we identify their taste and preferences, convenience, smoothness, acceptance of the technology in the buying behavior of the customer. All this is something which is leading for the changes for strategies in an organization. So these are some of the basic reasons why we identify that entrepreneurial mindset is very important within the organization. Venture capital market became an effective funding mechanism. Now we all are having some business idea. Only the problem is that we are not having sufficient fund. So if let's say I give you funding, how many of you would like to have your own venture, which is funded by me? So I just want to have yes or no from your side. So I think you all can write down this much. If fund has been given to you or I'm sponsoring your business, so what are the fund requirement you are having that will be provided by Dr. Lalit Sharma? Then how many of you are ready to go for a business? Okay, so Divyanshu is ready. Very good. What about others? If you have been getting funding facility from outside, or let's say if you are working in MIT, MIT is going to fund your project. How many of you would like to take up entrepreneurship? So Devanshu Sasdeva has said yes. What about others? Particularly, I want to know from the faculties. I think Devanshu will be the student. Okay. Dr. Swati will also opt for it.
Yes, sir.
So it
Devanshu
means
is
what we are
student
finding
now.
at one big challenge. Okay, yeah. So this is, I thought, because students are very much ready for taking the challenges. So probably faculty is feeling more comfortable in doing this 9 to 5 job. So they don't want to take the challenges further. But I think Abhinav is also there, who is your guest for the session today. And luckily, I'm marketing mentor for them. So definitely, he's having his startup. So always looking for the money. And really, they are the people who have taken the challenge and somehow dealing with the challenges also. Probably in his success story, he will talk about the same to you. So that is what we need to understand, that one big challenge with especially the mediocre class of employees is that they have idea, but they don't have money to support the idea. And if that backup is available to them, then probably they can also do wonders. So this thought of the employees within the organization, when they don't want to take up the challenges because of financial risk, itself is one big motivator for corporate entrepreneurship. Now you have idea for future. Now as an organization or as a MIT university, I should utilize your idea for future growth or not. You people are having some idea which is helpful for the MIT university to grow further. So now as a MIT university, I should take your idea and work on the same and allow you to work on the same idea, or I should not allow you to work on the same idea. Yes, Divyanshu, I would like to know from you particularly, like you are already there as a student. If you are having some new idea which can be helpful to MIT University, so university should give you a chance to work on your idea with all kind of support, or they should not provide you the chance, should allow us to do with proper support required. And this is the corporate entrepreneurship actually, Divyanshu. When corporate is providing you enough support for your idea within the organization without threat of losing your job, and in fact you become partnered with the organization. So Divyanshu, when you are talking about what do you want, they should allow you to work on your idea as an employee or as a business partner. What do you want to be? You want to be an employee of the MIT University, or you want to be a business partner with MIT University for your idea? Because idea is mine, so I would probably say business partner. No, of course you should go only with business partnership. You should not work as an employee. But of course this is your idea, and whatever support is required, MIT may have sharing with you for your partnership. But of course idea ownership is with you. You should not lose your ownership of the idea there. So that is something very good, Divanshu. So this is something what we see, and that is the basic difference in our student fraternity and our teaching fraternity. Our teaching fraternity is probably not full of ideas actually, and they don't want to take risks, they don't want to go to a next level. But our students are there now who don't want to take any of the job. So like one of the example you'll be getting, Divanshu is getting when Abhinav will be discussing with you. So you will see that how these students are taking up their dream, their thought process, and organization support is there, and they are able to grow further in the business. So when I'm talking about the corporate innovation philosophy, so we see that it is important to for every organization that they should have innovation in the organization. Can we sustain in future without innovation? No. We know that companies are there. Where is BPL today? Where is Crown today? Where is Apron today? And these companies used to be market leader once upon a time. But these companies, these organizations were not innovation driven. So there is no sustainability for these organizations at present. So this is why every organization needs to have innovation philosophy, and how it could be when they set the explicit goals. So whatever the goals and objectives you have defined, make sure it is clear to each and every person in your organization. They create a system of feedback and positive reinforcement. So like many of you may have multiple ideas, but if your university doesn't allow you to share your idea, how university will get the chance to grow further or sustain in the future? So how management of organization can get to know what mindset my people are having? This could be done with a creative feedback mechanism in the organization, and promoting the feedback mechanism and giving enough support, appreciating, rewarding the innovative ideas. with positive reinforcement, definitely this will encourage the practices of sharing the thoughts, sharing the ideas in organization. Emphasize the individual responsibility. Everyone cannot be innovative. So you should know exactly what people have to do in their job. Is there any part of innovation in the job, or do my people have the innovative mindset? Then who are these people? Encourage them to come out with the innovations. So for example, let's say one of you is very good into training and development, but if I'm forcing the person to go for research, that will never happen by this person. So the person who's good enough in training and development, that the person should go for training and development. The person who's good into research, that the person should go for research. But if I start pressurizing the person who's good in research, then no, you should go for corporate training. And I start pressurizing the person is a good trainer, you should go for research. You will identify that automatically the balance of your organization will be disturbed. So emphasize on the individual responsibility, that what could be done by one individual. Provide rewards based on the results. So the people who are contributing a lot, people who are performing well, coming out with new thoughts and helping you in making the sustainability, of course, you need to reward these people. Only then people will love to share their thoughts, their ideas. But if you are not rewarding them, if you are not appreciating them for their contribution, for their innovation, then why people should share their innovations with you? So challenge with many of the companies or many of the organizations that they don't encourage. And here one of the important role is of the senior leaders, the people to whom you are reporting, how good they are in encouraging you to share your new ideas and new thoughts. Do not punish failure. That is the biggest threat what people are having. If I get failed in my idea, what will happen to me? The support of management is required. No, don't worry, still you will be very well in the organization. We will work on another idea. Just think about the scientists who are working in the labs, R&D labs. It is not necessary that every scientist is able to come out with some successful molecule in the market, but throughout the life they get the support from the management to work, and their job is secure. This is the thing which develops the entrepreneurship in the organization, because people are getting enough support for their work. Irrespective of failure, they know that I won't be kicked out from the organization. But if you have the threat, no, if I get failed, I will be thrown out of the job, thrown out of the organization, then probably you will not be ready to take any of the risk. And then what we are talking about, entrepreneurship and corporate entrepreneurship will not take place. Why? Because our management is not open. Our management is not ready to change. Yeah, any question by now? No question. So then we see that exactly how do we encourage the entrepreneurial environment in an organization. So first, early identification of the potential innovators. So let's say 1,000 people are working in your organization. It can never be possible that all 1,000 are innovators, but probably 10 out of 1,000 could be a very potential innovators. So identify these innovators first of all. So develop a mechanism within organization where such type of innovators can be identified. When we are having these EDC, entrepreneurship development cells in the institutions, and incubators in the institutions or organizations, what it means about? Simply, it is the exercise to identify who are the potential innovators in our organization. Even today, we have the practices. You should have some innovative idea. You can go to IIT Mumbai, share your idea. This idea may be in need of 100 crores of rupees fund. This will be funded by IIT Mumbai. Only the thing is that your idea should be accepted. So you should be very strong about your idea, and study of feasibility, study of your idea should be very strong. So that is the mechanism. How do we identify the potential innovators? HCL, every year they are running this campaign and they are selecting the top 10 innovators through their campaign, and then they are providing all support. This is another example of corporate entrepreneurship. Then they are providing all support to these budding entrepreneurs in order to grow further. And companies are also doing the great job. InfoS, which is Naukri.com. Everyone is aware about this organization, but exactly you need to understand that, is it only Naukri.com? No, you will find out that they have at least 20 more verticals. and they have invested in all the verticals. They're not having the sole ownership of every vertical. In many of the verticals, they have just funded, and other people have taken the charge of the respective idea, and then they are doing beautiful job. ITC e-Chopal. Was it developed by ITC management? No. Siva Kumar was the manager who was working in this company somewhere in Hyderabad, in southern region. He was the person who has come out with the thought, and then things have gone up. So I will just discuss it later on. So what I'm saying, that first of all, to encourage the entrepreneurial environment, you need to make early identification of the potential innovators, top management sponsorship of innovative projects, creation of innovation goals in strategic activities. So understand creation of innovation goals in strategic activities. What are the activities we are going to take in the organization or in entrepreneurship? How will you measure the outcome of these activities? Because simply it cannot be, suppose your idea execution or idea development and execution will take place within 5 years. I should have some mechanism through which your performance can be judged in 5 years. It cannot be that I'm just sitting blind. I'm not asking anything. Today you have come to me. I'm happy with your idea, so I'm just giving the all support. And now we will talk after 5 years. No, it cannot be like this. So you make sure that whatever the strategic activities are there, some innovative goals should also be there, which have to be achieved over a period of time. Promotion of entrepreneurial thinking through experimentation. Allow the people to experiment. If can a person learn without committing mistakes? Can a person learn without committing mistakes? Yes or no? Can you just write down yes or no? No. Okay, Abhinav. Dr. Swati, Divanshu, no. So when you know that person cannot learn without committing mistakes in the life, then same thing is in Anindya Das. Okay. So all are agreed to this, that it is no. So now you need to understand that if you will not allow people to experiment their thoughts in the organization, how will you get to know about some innovative or good thoughts for future? So allow enough experiments in your organization. And initiative what has been taken by Dr. Swati, it is really phenomenal, because with this initiative you can have further the incubators and all in your institution, and then you can ask your students to experiment their ideas. Even if they get failed, there is no problem, because support is from your university, support is from your management. So they are having that mental freedom that okay, whatever I'm thinking, I can make its application, I can experiment my idea. Otherwise, many of us are there who were having lots of ideas in the brain, but we have never experimented these ideas. So provide the platform where the potential innovators can implement, can execute, can experiment their ideas. Development of collaboration between innovators and the organization at large. So like I asked to Divanshu that would you like to be employee or business partner? So what he said, business partner. So he wants collaboration. No, when I have idea, so I want you to support me and we may have partnership. We may have collaboration on a new venture. So we'll just work out. If it gets failed, probably I will work on new idea again. Or if it is not means not successful and management doesn't permit, I will come back to my old job. So that is the collaboration what employee and management or organization needs to have in the organization. So corporate entrepreneurship innovation, when I'm talking about, the three things become very important. One is a strategic renewal. So you want to change your strategies over a period of time. Innovation, you want to work out something new for your sustainability in future. Corporate venturing, that you want support of others in order to support your business. So suppose Devanshu want to be an entrepreneur today, so he needs the support of others so that he can become. So now that support has to be generated by corporate. So when the corporate is coming in venturing with Devanshu, it means that is the corporate venturing, and this is promoting corporate entrepreneurship. So I hope by now you have understood what is the concept of corporate entrepreneurship. Can you simply just write down yes if you have understood this concept? So the last 40 minutes, what we have discussed, it was just to understand what corporate entrepreneurship all about and how it is a future for most of the organizations. Okay, good. So if we talk about the definition of corporate entrepreneurship, so it is a process whereby an individual or a group of individuals, it is not that always one individual person will do this. No, it could be a group of person like Abhinav is there. So he's having his organization Progress Agritech Private Limited. So they were the four friends who were having the idea, and then they were supported by their institution in terms of infrastructure, in terms of knowledge domain, in terms of lab and all. So they were able to take up their organization further. So that is one good example for the institution of corporate entrepreneurship. So it could be a group of individuals also in association with an existing organization, creates a new organization or instigates renewal or innovation within the organization. So either you are creating a new organization, corporate entrepreneurship, or you are becoming the partner with organization in existing domain by changing their practices. So right now we are having our manual practices, and now some person comes and he is ready for the computerization. So now you're finding that my process will be shifted from the manual process to computerized process. So the person who was in charge manually will not be in charge for computerization. There will be some different person who's technology oriented, who's IT oriented, and will become in charge of that. So this is kind of an example what we are getting for corporate entrepreneurship. So corporate entrepreneurship, so it may be in two forms. One is corporate venturing, second one is strategic entrepreneurship. When I'm talking about corporate venturing, internal corporate venturing, so like I have discussed some of the examples with you, cooperative or corporate venturing. So like many of the companies are having their CSR, corporate social responsibility. So like I was giving the example of HCL to you, ITC to you. Whatever they are doing is sponsoring the multiple ideas in the market. Every year they are picking the 10 best idea in the market. That is part of the cooperative corporate venturing. External corporate venturing. So you have idea in your organization, you are taking this idea to some other corporate, and then that organization is supporting you. So that, like if you talk about Paytm and all these kind of startups, Flipkart, Snapdeal, all these startups were somewhere part of the corporate entrepreneurship because they have been funded, they have been mentored by different organizations in order to establish their business. Strategic entrepreneurship, when I'm talking about, I want to change my strategies. So strategic renewal, sustained regeneration. I want to be sustainable for long term, and in that I want to regenerate my strategies for future purpose. Domain redefinition, like I just now was talking about, from manual process to computerized or IT driven process. Organizational rejuvenation, so you want to change the organization altogether. So like Hero Honda, if we talk about, Hero was into cycle, but when they ventured with Honda, they have come into automobile also. Business model reconstruction. The business model, like I was talking earlier, what business model you are following is obsolete, is not working at present. So you need some new working models. You need to reconstruct your models based on your past experiences. So all this is part of our corporate entrepreneurship, and these challenges are taken by the corporate entrepreneurs. So when we are talking about a successful innovative companies, so how these companies are becoming successful? First, they have the atmosphere and vision, orientation to the market. They are having many verticals which are small and working as independent flat organization. So there is no high level of hierarchy. So you are, let's say you are having some small vertical, you 10 people are working in your division. So you may be in charge and rest of the 9 people will be reporting to you only. So there is no hierarchy which is to be followed. And that is the thing which you will find into particularly startups or these corporate entrepreneurship, that these are not very large in terms of manpower or business, but they are developed just to support the parental business. It could be in the strategy, it could be in product development, it could be in customer identification, or it could be into market generation. Multiple approaches. So you want alternatives to your existing strategies. So that could be very well done by these innovative companies. And interactive learning. These all are the things which makes any organization a successful organization, innovative organization, to deal with the future challenges. So some of the examples. So probably you might be aware about some of the ideas. So first is Infosys I'm talking about. On Mobile Global is a venture which is promoted by Infosys. So a mobile value added services firm incubated within Infosys Technologies has grown into a full-fledged company now. And even they are having their IPO also. So now you understand they have their share and you can purchase it. And this idea was initiated by Naveen Buddhi Raza, who was an employee in Infosys. And Infosys supported his idea. So parallelly, a good company, a large company has been established in Infosys now. And most of us are not aware about this on Mobile Global. Second, ITC, e-chopper. So like I was just talking about the same idea of ITC e-chopper in ITC division was germinated when Shiva Kumar, a manager in ITC Group's agribusiness unit, approached ITC's chairmen with a request of 50 lakh to test an idea. So got it? Shiva Kumar was simply having idea and he started with the soya product only. So he was having the idea and he was looking for the 50 lakh rupees and chairman has approved it. And with this, now we all know that ITC e-chopper even has been discussed into Harvard Business School also. So people can make significant contribution to the society with the help of corporate entrepreneurship. Google Alphabet. I'm talking about the parental company Alphabet. Krishn Bharat created Google News, which is highly successful product of the Google. तो जो भी आप गूगल के थ्रू ये न्यूज वगैरह देखते हैं और दैट न्यूज यू आर एबल टू गेट because courtesy by Krishna Bharat, because he was the person behind creating Google News. No other person was having this idea, but he understood the need of the market and he has created. So all these are the examples like on Mobile Global, eChopal, Google News are example of corporate entrepreneurship. So when you are developing, so I'm just going to conclude my discussion now. Just this is a final slide probably. So developing the individual managers for the corporate entrepreneurship. So how you can develop your people actually who are working with you for the corporate entrepreneurship. Give them entrepreneurial experience. Encourage the people who have innovative thinking. The people who have good thinking, good idea, please accelerate their idea acceleration process. Because till the time they will not be accelerating their idea, you will never get to know what new ideas are there for the market. So just accelerate the ideas of the people which are existing within your organization. Barriers and facilitators to innovative thinking. Obviously, everyone will be having these, but this is something which you have to remove so that people can think more. Like punishment for the failure is one barrier. Give assurance to your people that even if they get failed, still they will not be losing their job. They will not be losing their identity in the organization. Then you see that how the changes will happen into organization. Sustaining innovation teams. It should not happen that you have a good innovation team and all of a sudden over a period of time these people keep on leaving your company. If these people keep on leaving your organization, then it becomes difficult for you. So what you need to do, just make sure that the people who are innovative enough, so you should have a good team where this team is the torch bearer for your success in future. So make sure that you are able to make the sustainability of your team members who are responsible for bringing innovations to organization. So with this, I conclude my discussion. If any question, so I hope I was able to justify this corporate entrepreneurship, and definitely as a faculty we have, okay Devanshu, you share meanwhile. So definitely as a faculty we have tremendous sense of responsibility in order of developing our students for the same, so that they should have this entrepreneurial mindset, and when they are working even in the organization, they should not lose their idea. They should carry on with the same idea, and if the moment they get the chance, of course execute your idea, because you will also get some person like YC Deveshwar in ITC, like he has supported ITC eChopper. You will also get Narayan Murthy, who is with the Go Mobile. So probably these kind of opportunities are always there. Just as an entrepreneur, we need to search for these kind of opportunities in our surrounding.
Yes, sir. Absolutely. So Devanshu has shared his question. what mindset, sir, is needed in these challenging times to stay focused on your entrepreneurial journey? So he's particularly talking about the mindset. What's the mindset and the
Yeah,
attitude?
what I feel, Devanshu, that if you are passionate, yeah, I got it. So definitely, but I'm finding that if you're passionate enough towards your idea, you will get each and everything. So first thing from my point of view, what I observe, the passion is the person which is taking the person from one level to other level. So whatever the success you want, you need to have passion for the same. And if you have all the resources, but passion is not there, either you will be able to utilize one resources well, either you will be able to utilize one resources well.
Absolutely, absolutely, sir. So, what is the most important thing is that you should have the passion, you should have the attitude, you should have the motivation. So, yes, what we were talking about is like the correct mindset that is actually being required um, to start a journey of entrepreneurship. So this is what sir was also saying. Sir, would you like to say something, Lalit sir?
Yeah. So really, it was a wonderful experience to be with all of you, and I hope that I was able to justify this topic. And again, thanks to Dr. Swati and entire management of MIT University Greater Noida campus. Thanks for inviting me once again and for sharing my thought on the this new challenging topic that is developing corporate entrepreneurship. Okay, thanks, ma'am.
Thank you so much, sir. But we are really honored that you have accepted the invitation and you've shared your thoughts. The few points which I have just noted and I have taken it out because that was a learning experience even for me as well. So you have shared your thoughts upon the entrepreneurial mindset in the organization and how the corporate entrepreneurship can be defined. What are the various corporate obstacles that can hinder the path of innovations within the organization? And the how the participants, no, sorry, how the people who are actually going to start a new venture, a new business, they should understand the corporate innovation philosophy. That was really
True.
wonderful, and the way you have
Thank you,
explained in
ma'am.
such a simpler manner, that was really great, and I'm sure the participants, they have learned a lot from you. And
Thank you,
I really
ma'am.
thank you once again. Thank you so much, sir, for
Thank you.
being with
Thank you,
us
ma'am.
and sparing your time. Thank
Thanks.
you so much.
Thanks, ma'am. Thank you. Okay,
Thank
bye
you.
bye, ma'am.
Thank
Thank
you, sir. We have with us another guest for the day, Mr. Abhinav Pandey. Abhinav, can you please switch on your camera? Abhinav, we welcome you on behalf of the entire Amity family. On behalf of our Group Vice Chancellor, Professor Dr. Gurinder Singh, our Dean Management, Brigadier Dhani Sir, and the all the faculty members and the students of Amity family, we welcome you. And thank you for accepting the invite and being a part of this workshop on entrepreneurship and innovation. And we have Abhinav to share his success stories with us. So thank you so much, Abhinav. Yes, during during this pandemic, we cannot have a one-to-one meeting. I wanted you to address our students one-to-one. So once this pandemic is over and that the college will get open, I'm surely going to invite you, and I want you to address our students and address our faculty members and share your ideas and viewpoints. So over to you, Abhinav. Now, before I invite you, Abhinav, quickly, I just want the participants to know a bit about you. Mr. Abhinav Pandey, he is currently holding the responsibility of being a director and marketing manager. He is an electronics and communication engineer with around like 4 years of experience in marketing background. He has grown up in a farmer's family, living in a farm. He used to spend his summer holidays in his grandfather's farm and mango garden. There he learned the importance of providing high quality and fresh products to the customer. Currently, he's working as a co-founder, director of Crow-based Agri-Tech Private Limited. He has got 3 years of experience in sales in a network marketing company. He has got 6 months of experience in building a startup named as Crowzeal. So who can be the best person other than Abhinav to come and share his success stories and share his ideas and opinions about how to start a new business and what are the obstacles and what are the challenges you have faced. So talking about your success story, talking about your life, over to you, Abhinav, now.
Thank you so much, Dr. Swati Priya ma'am, and thank you so much to the all the members of management of Amity University, Greater Noida, for giving me the opportunity to present myself in front of all of you. And thank you so much, all the attendees who are listening to me. So my name is Abhinav, and I am the co-founder director of Crowblaze Agritech Private Limited. This has always been my dream startup that I have always dreamt of starting it. And since I was in class 10th, I remember, I always wanted to be, the one word always fascinated me, that is entrepreneurship. So the first entrepreneur of which I had heard about was Mr. Steve Jobs. So he has been a great entrepreneur of the century. So first I read about him, and since then I always wanted to be an entrepreneur. I remember in class 10th when I said that I wanted to be an entrepreneur in my school. I was representing in my school, and I said that I wanted to be an entrepreneur. I misspelled this word, so I said that I wanted to be an entrepreneur. So the teacher corrected me by saying that but you have not spoken it correctly, but I hope that someday you are able to become an entrepreneur. So since then, my journey, my thought building of being an entrepreneur started, and it has been a very wonderful journey. And it will be a pleasure to share in front of you all the points, all the things that I have gone through, and all the experiences of mine. Though they have been very short experiences, very not that big experiences. I've not had those big experiences of an entrepreneur, but very small. But they have been very wonderful in my life, and I have cherished all of them and enjoyed all of them. So, and first of all, I would like to thank Mr. Dr. Lalit Sharma sir for recommending my name and for mentoring us, for supporting us for so long. And with this line, I would start a small presentation which I have prepared. So I'll be covering these 3 points basically, and basically I'll be covering these 3 points, and also sharing my startup journey that has been 2.5 years long. So starting from the what is the importance of self motivation. So this point has always been a part of my life since I was in class 10th, and my journey of entrepreneurship, this thing has started. So while I've been brought up in Lucknow, and received a very general education. My school, if you Google it, it is you can Google it by the name of world's largest school. So it has received the Guinness Book of World Records record of having being a world's largest school. It's City Montessori School. So I received an education from there, and I was a very normal student who was not having very good grades. But this thing, there one step came by me, and my father told me that if I score good marks in 10th, class 10th, then he'll be gifting me a bike. So this thing went through all my mind, and that was the time when I was learning the power of self motivation. I was learning how I was learning these self motivation things. I was reading a lot of books on that time, and I was just reading a lot of entrepreneurs and a lot of famous people, because all I wanted to be was famous. So my name was the biggest thing for me at that time. So I started studying about them and started learning self motivation. So till I was in class 10th, I was just scoring grades in 70s. But I in class 10th, when I was told this by my father, who was the biggest one of the biggest motivators of my life. So I started studying well and scored nearly 93% in my 10th class 10th. So this is the first time when I did something which was apart from my um, self abilities. So at that time, I came to know what was my self ability, and after that, my one very small picture of mine was stuck in the school for almost an year. So that thing fascinated me, and since then, my the journey of going beyond my self abilities started. In class 12th, also I received 90%, and after that, I just thought that I'll be able to do whatever I wanted to do in my life. So that belief was aroused in me, and so that I took a drop for a year to prepare for IITs, like everyone does. So almost everyone from engineering background does. So I started it, and but I was not able to make that. So there are some setbacks also. There are some mistakes also. So I'll talk about the making mistakes in my second point. I'll talk about it, how I made many mistakes that have brought me over here today. So talking about I could not make it to IIT, but it is said that when God takes away something from you, He gives something that He gives in return. He gives something bigger to you. So I just landed in an UPTU college it was IEC College of Engineering and Technology. I landed in the college, and I just went on with my formal normal studies of in as an engineering graduate. So in third year, I got an opportunity via a friend that he was doing something for farmers. So we were actually working on a project in college, and then he told me that he was doing something for farmers, and then after that we went on a survey of farmers, so that we can know more about what pain they are going through. So we just, for our startup, that was for agricultural drones, and so we were making the agricultural drone, and we were meeting farmers on weekends. So the most biggest pain that we came to know about was that their produce that they grow, they it was not sold properly to in the market, because they were receiving a very small amount of very small profits for the produce that they were selling, and actually the market was making big. So this is the trend now also. This trend is prevailing to a large extent, but then Crowblaze was born. So as to reduce this trend, is so as to suppress this trend, and to provide our brothers as much as profit as they deserve. So talking about the importance of self motivation, I've always been a fan of the quotes that other people have shared, because I believe do you believe something about quotes? Can everyone just write down one of the quotes that they have gone through that they love the most in their chat? Is one or the other quote that we love the most, that whenever we see that quote, we are motivated internally. So can everyone just write down just one quote? Just one quote. Can everyone just write down? Anyone of us can write down just one quote from any famous person, or from anyone that we have heard. We if we keep hearing quotes from one person or other, and we keep repeating it. So just one quote, can I get?
Yes, we have Anindya. You can
Yeah,
write, believe in yourself, anything is possible.
anything is possible, right? So I'm a very big fan of these quotes, and I have been following these quotes from class 10th onwards, because since when I started studying about the people. So these, what are these quotes? These quotes are actually, they are like किसी की लाइफ से एक पूरी की पूरी लाइफ से एक पूरी निचोड़ कर अगर हम देखते हैं तो वो एक या दो कोट बाहर आते हैं. Like, one of my most favorite quotes is this: Elon Musk said this: when something is important enough, you do it, even if the odds are not in your favor. So, like this quote, he says that मेरी पूरी life अगर देखी जाए तो I have done the things which are, even if their odds are not in my favor, if they are important to me, I have done this. From starting PayPal to going through uh, Tesla, and from starting like companies like this, from starting SpaceX. Like, एक जब हम हमारी जिंदगी में जब हम कुछ बहुत स्टूपिड सा करते हैं तो वी आर सेट कि भाई रॉकेट साइंस थोड़ी है, रॉकेट साइंस थोड़ी है, बिकॉज रॉकेट साइंस इज समथिंग लाइक कि वो चीज बहुत एक डिफिकल्ट चीज है जो लाइफ में सीख सकता है इंसान की. रॉकेट साइंस बहुत बड़ी चीज मानी जाती है, एंड एक इंसान जिसने रॉकेट साइंस खुद से सिर्फ बुक्स से सीखी और उसने पूरा का पूरा रॉकेट साइंस को बदल के रख दिया SpaceX के थ्रू, एलॉन मस्क. सो उन्हें मैं बहुत फॉलो करता हूँ, एंड दिस इज वन ऑफ हिज कोट्स जो उन्होंने अपनी पूरी लाइफ में, जो अभी तक उनकी लाइफ रही है, उससे निकाल कर दी है. सो जो छोटे छोटे कोट्स होते हैं, ये हम अगर हमारे साथ कनेक्ट कर जाते हैं, लाइक अभी अनन्या जी ने एक कोट पोस्ट किया. सो अगर ये कोट्स हमारे साथ कनेक्ट हो जाते हैं तो दे tend to bring out the inner motivation in us, and that inner motivation is very important for us, because मैं थोड़ी सी जर्नी अपनी शेयर करूं तो जब हमने प्रोब्ले स्टार्ट करी थी तो वी what we were doing is, हम जब वीकेंड्स पे फार्मर्स के पास मिलने जाते थे तो वी यूज टू ब्रिंग सम फ्रूट्स एंड सम वेजिटेबल्स जो कि वो उगा रहे थे उस टाइम पे, एंड वी यूज टू गिव इट टू सम ऑफ द पीपल, हमारे टीचर्स वगैरह या इन सबको वी यूज टू गिव, एंड वी यूज टू टेक सम मनी जिसमें से थोड़ा बहुत जो फार्मर से हम खरीद के लाते थे. सो वी यूज टू गिव इट टू देम, और तो उसमें क्या होता था कि फार्मर्स का भी फायदा होना शुरू हो गया था थोड़ा थोड़ा सा हमारे थ्रू. सो वी वर वेरी हैप्पी कि हम जब जाते हैं फार्मर्स के पास में तो हम थोड़ी सी हेल्प कर देते हैं उनकी. एंड आफ्टर दैट धीरे धीरे करके टीचर्स स्टार्टेड लाइकिंग इट, द पीपल whom we were giving vegetables, they started liking it, and also they were getting it from the farm directly, so it was like they were getting it very healthy and fresh. So my teachers told me that you should build a startup out of it, because ये इस तरीके की चीजें बहुत कम लोग कर रहे हैं, एंड एक वेंचर बनाओ, I'll help you. So this was the journey when Crowblaze started. So we named it Crowblaze. Crowblaze means crops, and blaze means crow means crops, and blaze means fire. So like these crops will sell like fire. So इस तरीके से स्टार्ट हुआ, एंड सिंस देन हमारा कॉलेज काफी हेल्प करता था. मी एंड माय फ्रेंड्स यूज्ड टू they started bringing vegetables and fruits from the farmers, and we started selling in Greater Noida. तो बहुत छोटे से एक जगह पे स्टार्ट किया, एंड धीरे धीरे करके हम लोग आगे बढ़ते गए, एंड फिर एक प्राइवेट लिमिटेड कंपनी फॉर्म करी. फिर वी बिल्ट आवर वेबसाइट, बिल्ट आवर ऐप, एंड today we are clocking a revenue of almost 50 lakhs. It started on 17th January 2020, and it's almost more than 24 months that we have been working on this, and it has been a great journey जो धीरे धीरे करके मैं अभी शेयर करूंगा. So starting from that time abhi tak, this picture has been posted by Startuppedia 2 days back. So from that time abhi tak, these quotes have helped me a lot. सो जब भी मैं कभी उदास होता हूँ या बहुत से ऐसे टाइम आते हैं कि लाइक द थिंग्स आर नॉट वर्किंग इन योर फेवर और बहुत उदास हो जाते हो, व्हेन आई सी दिस कोट, सो उस टाइम पे मेरा इनर मोटिवेशन एकदम पीक पे चला जाता है. So these quotes are very important. अगर आपकी भी, if you're having some favorite quotes, just cling them to you. आप उनके साथ रहें, उनको पढ़ते रहें एंड टाइम टाइम पे रिमाइंड करते रहें, ताकि it becomes very important कि आपको जब भी when you feel low, तो these quotes will motivate you a lot. So second point in my life was making mistakes. So making mistakes has been a great motivator to all the entrepreneurs, to all the people in fact, जो भी कुछ भी कर रहे हैं, we all make mistakes, and making mistakes is very normal. And the people who are more successful, they tend to make more and more mistakes, and they tend to learn from all of those mistakes. Because जिसने कभी ऐसा कहा जाता है कि लाइक जिसने कभी मिस्टेक्स ही नहीं करी, उन्होंने कभी कुछ बहुत एक्साइटिंग किया ही नहीं. This is said by Warren Buffett. So making mistakes is very important, very very important. मेरी first mistake जो मैंने करी थी, and mistake tend to give you the better version of yourself. They tend to make you stronger, and they tend to give you the something that is bigger than what you wanted. So जब एक साल मैंने ड्रॉप किया था आफ्टर 12th, आई वाज वेरी हैप्पी कि आई एम डूइंग गुड इन स्टडीज. और वो साल जो था, आई made mistakes, like I was not studying properly throughout the year. And starting mein to I started very good, but eventually I got lost in influence of some friends, and उस time पे फिर एक तरीके से भटक गए थे गोल से. So this was one of my mistakes, that I could not land up in an IIT. So ये first सबसे बड़ी mistake मेरी life की थी कि I did not get IIT. But then इस mistake की वजह से I landed up in IEC. I landed up with some of my best friends जो कि आज मेरे साथ में मेरे startup में हैं. And IEC के अंदर हम जो startup start कर पाए हैं अभी, we are having nearly 100 farmers on board, जिनकी आज हम help कर पा रहे हैं अपने startup के through. So I think it would not have been possible अगर हमने वो mistake नहीं की होती. So मैंने वो mistake नहीं की होती. अगर मैं IIT में होता तो maybe I would have got a good package, a good job in some good MNC or company. So if it was said in my college that कि भाई जो IIT के बच्चे करते हैं वो नॉर्मल कॉलेज के बच्चे नहीं कर सकते हैं. सो इट वाज अ बिट ऑफ सेल्फ मोटिवेशन फॉर मी दैट कि नॉर्मल कॉलेजेस के बच्चे जो हम लाइक अच्छे कॉलेजेस भी हैं, लाइक ग्रेटर नोएडा में जितने अच्छे अच्छे कॉलेजेस हैं, सो वो आईआईटी से कैसे कम हो सकते हैं? नहीं हो सकते हैं. सो व्हाई इज दैट कि सारे एंटरप्रेन्योर, सारे बड़े सक्सेसफुल लोग, दे आर फ्रॉम आईआईटीज एंड आईआईएम्स. इट कैन नॉट बी ट्रू. सो हम लोगों ने फिर इसी बात पे वेंचर स्टार्ट कर दिया था, एंड टुडे वी आर वेरी प्राउड ऑफ अस कि हमने ये स्टार्ट किया. देयर हैव बीन अ फ्यू मिस्टेक्स जो हमने स्टार्टअप में भी करी हैं, लाइक sometimes not listening to your mentor. Finding a mentor is very important. That is my third point. I'll come up to this. But not listening to your mentor is a big mistake. It will not lead you to anywhere, because the mentor is one who tells you where to go and where not to go. So हमने फिर when our startup was running, so we attached a few people in our startup who were who boasted about giving us a lot of new technology and a lot of features in our startup. So they were boasting that they would help us eventually, but we attached them to our startup, but they did not they were not the right people for us. So they just got separated, and our team, it has grown up to almost 25-30 people, and it has come down several times. It has come down to 3 to 4 people also. A lot of people have left us, not the right people. So these were a few of our mistakes, that we could not find the right people. But during the time, we have learned a lot from our mistakes, and we have just attached the right people now. So this has led इसने काफी help करी है हमें आगे बढ़ने में. Like बहुत सारे ऐसे दोस्त होते हैं, बहुत सारे ऐसे फ्रेंड्स होते हैं, दे ऑल्सो मतलब वो भी हमें ज्वाइन करते हैं एक टाइम पे, हमारे साथ में आते हैं एंड देन दे टेंड टू लीव अस. सो क्लास में कॉलेज में व्हेन आई वाज इन थर्ड ईयर और फोर्थ ईयर बहुत सारे ऐसे दोस्त थे जो जिन्होंने पहले स्टार्ट करा एंड व्हेन दे फाउंड इट डिफिकल्ट कि भाई साथ में लाइक we used to go to the मंडी मॉर्निंग में. ऐसा होता था कि हम मॉर्निंग में स्टार्टिंग में we used to go to the मंडी और to the farmers. खेत में जाते थे सुबह सुबह and we used to bring vegetables and fruits from there. We used to distribute it to the people और ये हम we used to ensure कि ये हम मॉर्निंग में 9:30 बजे से पहले कर लें because 9:30 बजे से हमारी क्लास शुरू हो जाती थी and उस टाइम पे we had to reach the class somehow. So ये चीजें कुछ दोस्तों ने पहले स्टार्ट करी साथ में. It was very exciting for them and then they eventually left because it was very difficult for them to go to the farm in the morning and then bringing vegetables and distributing vegetables and fruits. Basically they used to say कि भाई ये सब्जी का काम हम नहीं कर सकते. So धीरे धीरे करके बट वी क्लंग टू इट एंड हमने फिर कंटिन्यू किया एंड टुडे वी are working in whole of Greater Noida and a few parts of Noida also. We are receiving our orders from app through app and we are delivering just like big baskets model. So दो चीजें हमने अपने स्टार्टअप में सोची थी कि फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल विल हेल्प फार्मर्स. जो हमने स्टार्ट किया था, जो हमारा मेन मोटिव था टू हेल्प द फार्मर्स एंड इवेंचुअली वी आल्सो फाउंड one big problem to the customer side also. Like आज के टाइम पे हम अपना जो हमारा फूड है जो हम खा रहे हैं, जो चीजें हम खा रहे हैं, वी आर मेजरिंग इट इन टर्म्स ऑफ कैलोरिफिक वैल्यू. लाइक हम ये देखते हैं कि भाई कितने कैलोरीज हम इनटेक कर रहे हैं, कहीं हम मोटे तो नहीं हो जाएंगे इससे. लाइक सो बहुत ज्यादा हम कॉन्शियस हो गए हैं कि भाई कैलोरीज कितनी हम इनटेक कर रहे हैं और कितनी हम बर्न कर रहे हैं. बट वी आर नॉट मेजरिंग इट इन टर्म्स ऑफ न्यूट्रिशनल वैल्यू कि कितना न्यूट्रिशन हम अपने फूड में हम इनटेक कर रहे हैं. सो इट इज अ वेरी बिग प्रॉब्लम फॉर द कस्टमर्स दैट फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल द फूड, द वेजिटेबल्स एंड फ्रूट्स, दे आर नॉट फ्रेश इनफ जो हम आज ले रहे हैं. एंड सेकेंड ऑफ ऑल इज कि हम उसे न्यूट्रिशनल वैल्यू में थोड़ा सा मेजर नहीं करते हैं अभी इस टाइम पे बिकॉज ऐसा ट्रेंड अभी नहीं आया है. बट पैंडेमिक ने हमें ये सिखा दिया है कि इट इज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट टू मेजर द आवर फूड इन न्यूट्रिशनल वैल्यू ऑल्सो. सो अब हमें ये बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है हमारे लिए कि हम न्यूट्रिशनल वैल्यू में इसे मेजर करना शुरू करें. तो क्रोबलेस हैज स्टार्टेड दिस कि वी आर talking to some nutritionists. We have hired some nutritionists जो कि हमारे साथ में like vegetables and fruits that we are selling उसके ही बेसिस पे कुछ डाइट प्लान्स वगैरह बना के हमारे कस्टमर्स को देंगे. लाइक हमारे जैसे इफ समवन इज सफरिंग फ्रॉम डायबिटीज, इंडिया में every one of 3 to 4 people they are suffering from diabetes. Problems like diabetes, chronic diseases. So अगर कोई chronic disease हमें या किसी को भी हो रखी है तो the best part is डॉक्टर सबसे पहले क्या बताते हैं बिफोर इवन गिविंग द मेडिकेशन. डॉक्टर ये बताते हैं कि आप परहेज करिए. परहेज मीन्स कि आप when you are not eating anything that you feel like. आपको एकदम एक डाइट रूटीन फॉलो करना पड़ेगा. यू हैव टू ईट अ फ्यू थिंग्स एंड यू हैव टू रिमूव अ फ्यू थिंग्स फ्रॉम योर डाइट. सो ये चीजें डॉक्टर्स सबसे पहले रिकमेंड करते हैं. एंड अगर हम पहले से ही उस चीज को कर रहे होते, अगर हम पहले से ही स्ट्रीट फूड को थोड़ा सा दूर रखते अपने आप से, सो ऐसा होता ही नहीं. एंड ऐसी बहुत सी क्रोनिक डिजीजेस होती हैं जो बिना मेडिकेशन के ही अपनी डाइट से ही सही हो सकती हैं. सो व्हाट वी आर गोइंग टू डू इज क्रोबलेज इज बिल्डिंग अ प्लेटफॉर्म करंटली जो कि डाइट एडवाइजरी हमारे कस्टमर्स को या देगा एंड फिटनेस एडवाइजरी ऑल्सो, सो दैट वी कैन मेक इंडिया अ फिटर नेशन. आवर कस्टमर्स have a big demand of this feature that we are going to start and this will improve the society a lot. So ek tarike se what we want is, we want our farmers to be wealthier, as well as the people of India to be healthier. And it is our is time pe it is our goal that we have to make at least 10,000 people fitter by 2025. So एक goal हमने ये ले रखा है in team Crowblaze, so we are working on it. And second point यही था हमारा कि making mistakes. So mistakes तो हम बहुत सारी करते हैं, and इन मिस्टेक से हम आगे कैसे बढ़ सकते हैं, इन मिस्टेक से हम सीख कैसे सकते हैं, बिकॉज मिस्टेक्स तो बेसिकली हमें फेल्योर की तरफ ले जाता है। एंड फेल्योर इज ऑल्सो इम्पोर्टेंट स्टार्टअप के अंदर। बहुत सारे फेल्योर्स मिल के एक बार सक्सेस का रूप लेते हैं, एंड दैट सक्सेस स्पीक्स फॉर इटसेल्फ। सो कैसे हम मिस्टेक्स को फॉर्च्यून में बदल सकते हैं, बाय अवॉइडिंग मिस्टेक्स और बाय लर्निंग फ्रॉम मिस्टेक्स। अगर हम मिस्टेक्स करते भी हैं तो हम उससे लर्निंग कैसे ले सकते हैं? वी कैन डू इट बाय फाइंडिंग अ राइट मेंटर। इवन इफ वी आर इन अ स्टार्टअप, अगर हम स्टार्टअप में है भी, अगर स्टार्टअप में नहीं भी हैं, वी टेंड टू लर्न अ लॉट फ्रॉम अदर्स। लाइक हम कभी कभी किताबों से सीखते हैं, बुक से सीखते हैं, कभी कभी हम दूसरे लोगों से सीखते हैं, कभी कभी हम खुद की मिस्टेक्स से सीखते हैं आफ्टर मेकिंग मिस्टेक्स। सो अ मेंटर वुड हेल्प यू टू फर्स्ट नॉट मेक द मिस्टेक। लाइक आपको वो मिस्टेक करने से पहले ही बता देंगे कि यू शुड नॉट डू दिस, और एडवाइस कर सकते हैं आपको कि क्या करना चाहिए और क्या नहीं करना चाहिए। एंड इवन इफ यू आर मेकिंग मिस्टेक्स, तो अ मेंटर कैन tell you about the right things that you have to learn from those mistakes. So it is very important to have a mentor. Like बहुत पहले ही ऑलमोस्ट 2 साल से वी आर हैविंग डॉक्टर ललित शर्मा सर एज अ मेंटर, एंड बहुत टाइम तक उन्होंने हमें समझाया। लाइक वी वर नॉट हैविंग एनी एक्सपीरियंस ऑफ कॉर्पोरेट। हम सीधे कॉलेज में थे, वी वर स्टूडेंट्स, एंड स्टूडेंट्स से सीधे जाके द मैनेजमेंट लेवल पे जब हम परफॉर्म करने लग जाते हैं, तब उस टाइम पे बहुत सारी प्रॉब्लम्स आती हैं, बहुत सारी चैलेंजेस आते हैं, बहुत सारे जो हमें फेस करने पड़ते हैं फ्रॉम आवर colleagues, from our employees। बहुत सारे ऐसे challenges होते हैं जिनके बारे में हमें खुद नहीं पता होता है। So a mentor will always guide you to the right direction। उस टाइम पे डॉक्टर ललित शर्मा सर हमेशा कभी प्यार से, कभी डांट के, कभी समझा के, उन्होंने हर तरीके से हमें बहुत समझाया, बहुत गाइड किया है। एंड थ्रू हिज गाइडेंस ओनली वी हैव been able to reach so far। और बहुत सारी ऐसे मिस्टेक्स हैं जो हमने बहुत सारी मिस्टेक्स हमने अवॉइड करी हैं बिकॉज ऑफ हिम। सो इट इज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट टू फाइंड अ मेंटर। आप मेंटर कैसे फाइंड कर सकते हैं? आप दूसरों से सीख सकते हैं। आप लाइक some of the books also act as very good mentors, जो कि सिखा सकती है हमें बहुत अच्छे से कि क्या करना चाहिए, क्या नहीं करना चाहिए। बिकॉज बुक्स आर द ग्रेट सोर्स ऑफ, दे आर ग्रेट स्टोरीज, एंड स्टोरीज से हम बहुत कुछ सीखते हैं, क्योंकि हमारे माइंड में भी हमेशा स्टोरीज ही चलती हैं। एंड सेकेंड थिंग इज, यू कैन फाइंड समवन हु इज जो आप करना चाहते हैं उसमें जो बहुत आगे निकल चुके हैं, आप उन्हें, यू कैन फाइंड देम एंड यू कैन आस्क फ्रॉम फॉर अ स्मॉल मेंटरशिप फ्रॉम देम। एंड वो जरूर मेंटर करने के लिए कभी कोई मना नहीं करता। एंड और यू कैन लर्न फ्रॉम डिफरेंट पीपल। छोटी छोटी चीजें आप बहुत लोगों से सीख सकते हैं। एंड in my thought, the biggest mentor that you will ever get is your father। like मेरी सिचुएशन में my father has been one of the biggest mentors for me, because एक father एक ऐसे होते हैं who wants कि जो मैंने मिस्टेक्स करी अपनी लाइफ में वो मेरा बेटा नहीं करना चाहिए या मेरी बेटी नहीं करनी चाहिए। सो वो एक बिगेस्ट सोर्स ऑफ मोटिवेशन आपको दे सकते हैं, एंड आपको गाइड कर सकते हैं बेस्ट तरीके से। एंड इफ नॉट, यू कैन फाइंड डिफरेंट पीपल जिससे बहुत छोटी छोटी चीजें यू कैन टेक अप, एंड दे विल प्रोवाइड यू द बेस्ट मोटिवेशन और द बेस्ट मेंटोरशिप। एंड ये एक्चुअली वी हैव बीन एक बहुत बड़ी प्रॉब्लम्स आई थी हमारे साथ में। लाइक वी वर अटैच्ड टू सम पीपल जो कि who were just like eating up our startup। जिन्होंने जिनके इंटेंशंस बिल्कुल अच्छे नहीं थे, लाइक हमारे कुछ फ्रेंड्स, कुछ कलीग्स ही ऐसे थे जिनके इंटेंशंस बिल्कुल अच्छे नहीं थे, एंड दे वर लाइक कि इसको कैसे, they were not liking it and they were like कैसे इसको हम खत्म कर देते हैं स्टार्टअप को. So at that time हमारे mentors ने हमें बहुत गाइड किया and to get rid of those people and to just carry forward whatever we are doing for the society, वो सारी चीजें करने के लिए. And so ये इस वजह से mentorship is very important for us. So these are the three main factors जिनकी वजह से हम बिल्कुल अपने right path को follow करते हुए अपनी सक्सेस तक पहुंच सकते हैं. एंड सक्सेस इज नथिंग बट पाइल अप कलेक्शन ऑफ फेलियर्स. सो फेल होते होते, मिस्टेक्स करते करते, अपनी चीजों पे चलते चलते विल बी एबल टू अचीव सक्सेस. सो अभी फिलहाल प्रोग्रेस के बारे में थोड़ा सा बता दूं, थोड़ा थोड़ा तो मैंने बता ही दिया. सो इट इज बेसिकली वर्किंग ऑन पेन प्रॉब्लम ऑफ द फार्मर्स एज वेल एज अ पेन प्रॉब्लम ऑफ कस्टमर्स, दैट कंज्यूमर्स और द पीपल ऑफ इंडिया, कि फार्मर्स जो हमारे हैं उनको राइट अमाउंट उनको मिलने लग जाए अपने प्रोड्यूस से. सो वी आर ब्रिंगिंग द प्रोड्यूस ऑफ द फार्मर्स, जो कि वेजिटेबल्स एंड फ्रूट्स हैं, अभी सुपर फूड्स भी, इवन सुपर फूड्स एक थोड़ी सी नई चीज है विच इज कमिंग अप इन द मार्केट, लाइक अदरक, कच्ची हल्दी हो गया, दीज थिंग्स आर सुपर फूड्स, लाइक ओमेगा सीड्स एंड ऑल. सो ये चीजें बहुत कॉमन नहीं है मार्केट में, दे आर कमिंग अप. सो वी आर आल्सो टेकिंग अप इन आवर स्टार्टअप कि हम सुपर फूड्स भी बहुत इजीली अवेलेबल करा सकें टू द कस्टमर्स डायरेक्टली फ्रॉम द फार्म. एंड वी ट्राई कि मोस्टली कि हम 24 आवर्स के अंदर, जब कोई भी वेजिटेबल या कोई भी फ्रूट फार्म से टूटती है, तो 24 आवर्स के अंदर वो कस्टमर्स तक पहुंच जाए, सो दैट दे डजंट लूज देयर न्यूट्रिशनल वैल्यू. So ये चीज है. And second thing is we are also providing building a platform to provide the nutritional advisory to our customers, जो कि अभी हम we started from our college only. हमने कॉलेज में टीचर्स से स्टार्ट किया and eventually we have reached the whole Greater Noida level right now. पूरे Greater Noida में we are providing vegetables and fruits currently, and the nutritional advisory is yet to start. So we have built our app, we have connected a few people, we have built our app, built our website, and Noida की तरफ we are moving currently. And also I forgot to share one big thing, that we are connected to Amity Innovation Incubator Noida. We are incubated in it, and they have also provided us a lot of mentorship and right guidance in form of advice, in form of they have also provided us, like we in January 2021 we won competition in Amity University Noida. It was by the name of Laksh 2021. We stood second in the national level competition, and we won the incubation center for a few months. So they have provided us the space to work on our startup. They have provided us with right kind of advices. So as Lalit sir was mentioning, how colleges are giving support to the students and working in partnership with them. So my college, IEC college, has been doing it, has been mentoring, nurturing us since we were very small. And now since my college, it has been almost 2 years that we have got the incubation in our college. अब हमने Amity University में incubation लिया है, and seriously we have got a lot of help from Amity University, and under them we have shown tremendous growth in our startup also. So very big thanks to Amity University. So ये हमारी पूरी जर्नी रही है स्टार्टअप की, एंड टुडे वी आर हैविंग ऑलमोस्ट 100 फार्मर्स जो कि ऑन बोर्ड है हमारे साथ में, जो कि डेली जिनसे हम टच में हैं, एंड वी आर हेल्पिंग देयर फैमिली डेली. एंड really we are on a mission to make the people of India healthier and our farmer brothers wealthier. तो जितना भी जो भी अभी तक हमने किया है दैट इज वेरी वेरी स्मॉल ऑफ व्हाट वी आर गोइंग टू डू बिकॉज हमने कहीं से अभी तक लाइक वी haven't raised any funds. हमने कोई भी funds नहीं उठाए हैं कहीं से. We have been bootstrapping. सब कुछ हमने से लगाया है. And the best part is we have not taken anything from our family also. We have just taken the money from our friends, sourced from our friends, and उसे फिर धीरे धीरे करके we have been using. So ये करते 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 अभी तक we have built this startup and अभी तक ये जर्नी हमारी रही है. So अगर this is the so let me wind up from here कि अभी जो हमारी जर्नी रही है वो बिल्कुल भी that was not that's not success for me. Success is for me success is when जब we are able to change the lives of people, and if on the day that I am able to change the lives of even of one person, so that would be the real success for me. So Crowblaze यही believe करती है, and we have taken a goal कि 2025 तक we are successfully able to change the lives of almost 10,000 people. तो उस दिन को I'll consider it as a small success for me. So अभी तक हम इस मिशन पे चल रहे हैं. So winding up my presentation on this point. So अगर if anyone is having any questions, so आप please कर सकते हैं.
Abhinav, I want you to also share it that if we want to, what exactly is the app, and if we want to order something, from where we can actually connect and from where we can actually order it. So is there any app that you want to share or any link that you want to share? I'll circulate this.
Sure, ma'am. I'll just share the link in the chat box. So first of all, Anindya has asked one question. So Anindya ji, the challenges, what kind of challenges are you talking about first of all? वैसे कुछ एक जनरल मैं बता सकता हूँ कि like जब challenges आते हैं, so एक सिंपल सा जनरल तरीका होता है कि हमें एनालाइज करना होता है, पहले चैलेंजेस को देखना होता है कैसे चैलेंजेस हैं, देन वी कैन एनालाइज दोस चैलेंजेस और उन पे वर्क कर सकते हैं. एंड ओके, इन स्टार्टिंग अप दिस वेंचर, so starting up the venture is very easy. You just have to get registered on the MCA website, and you can just find a CA who is going to register you, and after that you can start up the venture. बस उसको execute करने में आपका idea, जो भी आपका idea है, first you can talk about the idea to the people. आप अपने idea को just share it with your friends, just share it with your parents, just share it with your teachers. आप इन सब से आप please आप share करिए, and if they are liking it, like आपको पता चल जाएगा जब आप share करेंगे ना, तो you'll have the intuition कि वो startup will work, or that idea will work, or it's you need to improve something in the idea. Because आप जब भी किसी के साथ share करोगे ना, तो they'll not just listen up, they will provide their view also in on that idea. तो वो view बहुत important है. The feedback which they are giving is very important, because I remember when we were about to start it, so we were consulting with all of our teachers कि हम कैसे कैसे start कर सकते हैं, and they were giving advices like one of our teachers, हमने पहले start करने से पहले हमने we were बहुत बड़ा सा हमने एक आइडिया लिया था कि वी विल प्रोवाइड, हम फार्मर्स को सीड्स प्रोवाइड करेंगे, हम फार्मर्स को पूरी की पूरी एक गाइडेंस प्रोवाइड करेंगे कि कैसे चीजों को उगाना है, और मतलब लाइक साइंटिफिक तरीके से कि कैसे चीजों को उगाना है. एंड हम पूरी की पूरी हेल्प कराएंगे फार्मर्स को कि कैसे उगा सकते हैं, और कौन कौन से वेदर कंडीशंस में क्या क्या चीज पॉसिबल हो सकती है, कौन से वेदर कंडीशन में क्या चीज नहीं उगाई जा सकती है. सो बहुत बड़ा आइडिया लेकर हम कूदे थे. एंड आफ्टर दैट, आफ्टर वी स्टार्टेड टॉकिंग टू पीपल, आफ्टर वी स्टार्टेड एग्जीक्यूटिंग, थोड़ा थोड़ा सा एग्जीक्यूट करना जब हमने स्टार्ट किया, देन वी केम टू नो कि हमारा आइडिया बहुत ही ज्यादा बड़ा था, विच इवन टाटा इज facing challenges to execute the whole of the idea that we were going. So बहुत ही बड़ा idea हमारा था, and when we started discussing it with people, एक बहुत easy हो गया उसको एक बहुत छोटे से idea में convert करने में. Like just we can just bring whatever farmers are going, we can just bring it to the market, and हम इसकी सप्लाई चेन मैनेज कर सकते हैं, एंड वो ही फार्मर्स को बहुत हेल्प कर देगी. तो ये भी डिस्कसिंग इट इज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट, और ये आपके मैक्सिमम क्वेश्चंस को आंसर कर सकता है. एंड आपका जब आइडिया आपको लग जाएगा कि इट हैज स्टार्टेड, it is good, it can generate some value to the people. आप यही जानना है आपको बस कि if it is generating value to the people or not. अगर 2 लोगों को, 3 लोगों को, 10 लोगों को अगर वो वैल्यू जनरेट नहीं कर रहा है, फर्स्ट आपने जो 10 लोगों को बताया, अगर वो उनके लिए वैल्यू जनरेट नहीं कर रहा है, तो आई थिंक you'll have to add or subtract something from your idea. तो धीरे धीरे करके आप add और subtract करके आप start करेंगे, उस आइडिया को फिर रिसर्च करना स्टार्ट करेंगे, उस पर रिसर्च करिए एंड फाइंड आउट व्हाट कंपनीज आर डूइंग इट. क्योंकि ऐसा कोई भी आज के जमाने में आइडिया नहीं है जिसपे कंपनीज वर्क नहीं कर रही हैं. बहुत कम ऐसे चीजें हैं जो कि जिसपे कोई कंपनी वर्क नहीं कर रही है. अदरवाइज पीपल आर वर्किंग ऑन दैट आइडिया. जो हम लाइक देयर आर 8 बिलियन पीपल इन द वर्ल्ड. जो हमारे दिमाग में आइडिया आया है, सिमिलर आइडियाज कैन बी जनरेटेड इन अदर्स माइंड्स आल्सो. सो कौन इस पे वर्क कर रहा है, कैसे वर्क कर रहा है, क्या रिसर्च उस पे हुई है, आप रिसर्च करें. इट इज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट पार्ट ऑफ नर्चरिंग योर आइडिया. सो रिसर्च करने के साथ साथ में फिर आप राइट एक टीम ढूंढें जो लाइक आपके फ्रेंड्स हो सकते हैं. अगर फ्रेंड्स नहीं भी हैं वो आपके, सो धीरे धीरे करके वो आपके फ्रेंड्स बन जाएंगे जो भी आप टीम ढूंढ रहे हैं. तो एक टीम इज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट, राइट, और टीम ऑफ राइट पीपल जो कि अलग अलग टास्क उस पर परफॉर्म कर सके. कोई आइडिया को रिसर्च करेगा, कोई समवन विल कोई रिसर्च करेगा, कोई ओके. सो like I said, in India, we are approaching the angel investors also, and we are approaching the VCs also, जो कि हमें investment के लिए. But एक तरीका होता है, like first of all we want to execute it for ourselves. हम एक execution करके देखना चाहते हैं कि ये चीज चलेगी या नहीं चलेगी. ये बीटा वर्जन, like we are running the beta version in Greater Noida. So हम पहले खुद को ही तसल्ली एक बार देना चाहते थे कि if we can do it or not, और ये आइडिया इज हैविंग दैट पोटेंशियल और नॉट. तो ये भी एक बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट स्टेप होता है. चैलेंज आप मतलब जो एक बहुत चैलेंज है इंपॉर्टेंट कि आप सही स्टेप है कि नहीं, आपका आइडिया सही है कि नहीं, आपका आइडिया वर्क करेगा या नहीं. सो फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल हम ये देखना चाहते थे, एंड वी हैव एग्जीक्यूटेड इट वेरी वेल. और अब वी आर गोइंग टू द एंजल इन्वेस्टर्स. वी आर कनेक्टेड विद अ लॉट ऑफ एंजल इन्वेस्टर्स एंड वीसीज जिनको हमारा आइडिया काफी पसंद आ रहा है. इवन through Amity Innovation Incubator Noida, we have been connected with a lot of angel investors, and the Startuppedia members, they are also a group of angel investors जिन्होंने अभी हमारे बारे में पोस्ट किया है. So they are liking this idea, और धीरे धीरे करके they'll also invest. So अभी हमने किसी इन्वेस्टमेंट की, आउटर इन्वेस्टमेंट की जरूरत नहीं थी, तो अभी हमने इन्वेस्टमेंट तो नहीं ली है, बट people who are contributing, they can act as angel investors, like contributing their time, contributing their efforts. Like Dr. Lalit Sharma sir, he is also there. He is like an angel investor जो कि हमारे साथ में अपनी mentorship, अपनी guidance share कर रहे हैं. So इस तरीके से we have been growing, और इस तरीके से ही आप अपना जो भी आइडिया है वो आप ग्रो कर सकते हो. पहले फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल आप आइडिया अपना सोचो, डिस्कस इट विद पीपल, एंड आप एग्जीक्यूट खुद करके देखो कि इफ इट रिसर्च करो, एग्जीक्यूट खुद करके देखो कि इफ इट विल वर्क और नॉट, इफ इट विल चेंज द लाइव्स ऑफ पीपल और नॉट. और धीरे धीरे करके यू विल गेट टू नो कि, एंड धीरे धीरे करके आपका आइडिया आप नर्चर करते जाओगे, एंड इट विल बिकम द बेस्ट सूटेबल प्रोडक्ट फॉर द कम्युनिटी. उसके बाद में फिर लोग बहुत तेजी से आपके साथ जुड़ना शुरू हो जाते हैं. So
Absolutely, absolutely, Abhinav. So it was really, really wonderful, Abhinav, having you here and sharing your success stories, sharing your experiences in your life.
thank
And
you,
it was almost like we were seeing your journey throughout, like what happened and how you have failed and how you have learned from your failures and how you have moved on. So that was really, really wonderful. Some key takeaways, Abhinav,
yes,
is what I have learned is that you should always have a seed of thought, right? I will always say that, yes, if there is anything that you want to start afresh and you begin with, there has to be a seed in your mind,
yes,
and you
ma'am.
have to give a ground to seed that, put that seed into, so that
Yes, ma'am.
it can grow into a plant. So when you are starting a new venture, you must have an idea. That is the first important thing.
Yes, ma'am.
And that idea, how you can execute, now you have to find it out, that what are the ways you can execute the idea, from where you are going to get the revenues, from where you're going to get the help, how you're going to prepare a report, a project report, how you're going to meet with your potential investors and all the other
Exactly.
people. So these are the few things.
Yes, ma'am.
And how you can actually, in this way, you can actually start shaping your thoughts. And also a very interesting thing which I have learned again from you is to learn from these quotes. Many a times these quotes just they come in front of us, we come across, but we don't pay attention. But if we are paying attention and we start, what you have rightly said, that whenever you start feeling depressed or demotivated, right? Because when you are doing a business, there are so many instances, pleasant and unpleasant both, that you have to face.
Yes,
But
ma'am.
these quotes will keep you motivating. So this will also help you in keeping the hope alive in you, that yes, this too shall pass and I will gain success. So learning from the quotes and living with the quotes, that was again an interesting thing. How you have chosen your mentor, and how you have learned from them, how you have taken their guidance and taken their support. We had your mentor also today, Dr. Lalit Sharma.
Yes,
So
ma'am.
I feel that he's an amazing mentor and amazing guide,
Yes, ma'am.
right? And how you have faced the challenges and how you have overcome those challenges, and now you are gaining success. So that was really, really wonderful to know about your journey. Though it's a small journey, it's just the initial step, Abhinav, you have taken. But I'm sure the people, they'll get motivated. They have learned so much from you. They have learned that yes, this is the way we can actually start our journey of entrepreneurship and doing a business. So that was really, really wonderful, Abhinav, that you have spared your time and you have accepted our invitation to come here and share your success stories with with our participants and with our students particularly. So I really thank you on behalf of the entire Amity family, on behalf of our group vice chancellor, Professor Dr. Gurinder Singh, on behalf of our dean management, Brigadier H.S. Dhani sir, on behalf of our vice president, Mr. Anil Kumar Chaudhary sir, our entire faculty members and students. Thank you so much, Abhinav. And we will invite you for sure, where you can actually have a one-to-one interaction with our students, and you can guide them more how they can start up their new venture if they're interested in it. So thank you once again, Abhinav. Thank you so
Thank
much
you so much,
for
ma'am.
being
Thank you
with
so
us.
much.
Thank
Thank you so
you.
much, ma'am. Thank you for last but not the least, ma'am. I have shared my website's URL and
Okay.
uh, about my Android application on the in the chat box. And anyone is from Greater Noida and you want to try our services, you definitely can, and we'll make sure that we give the best of our services to you and to your friends if your friends reside over here. So thank you so much, ma'am, for having me here, and thank you so much, Amity University Management, for um for giving me this ground so that I can share about my journey. And thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Abhinav.